Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 7, our final day of Who Does This Belong To? I kind of wanted to just recap a little bit from this week, and thank you guys for playing, even if you've just jumped in or wherever you are in the journey. You can use these videos, come back to them, use this, keep using this tool beyond these 7 days. Use it every day and see what it creates for you. And one of the things I wanted to address today is this thing of return to sender. Like when we say, who does it belong to? Well, I know it's not mine. I'm going to return it to sender. And we talked a little bit about this in the beginning, but return to sender is one of those things that sort of, I guess it's effective. It can be, but it kind of gets a little misidentified. When people think it's about you have to do something with it. It's like, well, I have this thing. I thought it was mine, but it's not mine. It's yours. Take it back, But it doesn't get us any closer to oneness when we function from that, when we're like, take your stupid point of view back, won't ya? Or even return it to sender with consciousness, maybe I'm going to send it back to that person, but I'm going to send it back with consciousness because then they will be enlightened like I am, there's a superiority to it. So returning to sender is I guess I don't really do that with this tool. And I'm sure there would be somebody that could talk about that has a different perspective on it. And if you do and you're in this group, please feel free to, write a comment and share. But just a reminder that, again, this is about getting to more communion and getting to more oneness. And especially with this conversation of autonomy that we've been having lately, it's instead of being this is me, this is you, it's your shit, I'm going to return it. It's no, I am all of it. I am everything. I am oneness. And I acknowledge that through the use of this tool and the acknowledgement of how very, very aware I am. And then what if the next sort of action that you took was really getting into the gratitude for how different you are, the gratitude for the tools, the gratitude for the awareness of how different you are, and the willingness to be it, the willingness to be something different in the world. I did say I was going to talk a little bit about money and business and different topics. And like I said yesterday, I think you can just apply all of it to all of those things. But if we wanted to look, we had a really cool chat about money today on the Relationships Done Different class, and money, in the context of family and relationships, and it's so easy to take on other people's financial realities and think that they are yours, think that those points of view are true for you. They are relevant to you. Look, this is how my life has shown up. Of course it's true, because the proof is in the, how my life looks. But our points of view create our reality. So when we function from all these things that belong to other people, the points of view that we've been raised with, that we've been brought up with, that we've been steeped in culturally, when it comes to, let's use money as an example. It's we just start to function from that. It becomes a presumptive reality, basically. It becomes this sort of underlying presumption that flavors every aspect of our reality, how we create, what shows up, and we don't even realize that that's happening. And then it's we have all this proof everywhere we look in our lives of, this is how money works and doesn't work. These are the limitations of money. These are the limitations of whatever you want to look at, because it's everywhere, And when you use who does this belong to with all of that stuff, and it's more just the recognition of, this is not mine, this is my awareness, and I'm literally like mimicking other people's stuff, you know. And you recognize that it isn't, whatever's going on isn't actually yours, even if it's happening in your very own bank account. Or like somebody asked yesterday with her body, you know, like, well, what if it's already like a well ingrained kind of like pattern in my body? It's like, it's the same thing. We have these points of view over time that cause these things to show up. And we really don't, even you may have been using this tool for a long time, but you don't necessarily like live knowing that nothing is yours, and live with the curiosity of like, I am a dynamically aware, dynamically different creature for whom none of this stuff is relevant. Okay, cool. I happen to have created illness or disease in my body. I happen to have created, you know, lack of money flows or whatever. But that's the moment where you start to turn toward you more, turn toward the difference that you be, the unique creature that you be, the unique awareness that you have, and start to embrace that, get into allowance of it, get into vulnerability with yourself, and really get into the freedom of knowing that your reality is a reality of lightness, is a reality of space, is a reality of awareness and like ever expanding energies. And that's actually what is true for you. And as you do that, it's like we have to live it, you know, we have to like continue to live this. And I don't mean it takes a long time or it's a lot of work but we have to like steep ourselves every day. Like when you wake up in the morning, what do? Do you go into other people's worlds? Do you go into all these realities that you think are yours? Even if it's a sickness in your body or a, you know, no money in your bank account. Do you believe that that's true for you? Or do you go, okay, I've created this based on some points of view that I've had and that aren't probably not mine. Now, what tools can I use? Like what completely different reality is available for me here beyond this? And that's one of the things that Simone shared. She shared a thing about money, and she was saying how like she was saying something about how her like choosing to have money was one of the most challenging things that she's done. And I asked her about it. I was like, say more about that, because I want to know more about that. And she was just saying how like she had to really like kind of like really look at, you know, all these different places where like all these different points of view that she didn't even know that she had. And she was saying like Dane here, one of the creators of Access, had said something about the company becoming $1 billion a year company. And Simone was kind of like, wow, I realized I had some points of view around that. And she needed to look at them. She needed to get present with them and, you know, probably recognize that a lot of them were not hers. And start to, you know, get present with all of how all of those things were running the show in her life. And then start to like take them apart and be like, I don't need to have that point of view. I don't need to have that personality. I don't like pock and pot, you know, and choosing into new energies. And when you don't function from the belief that all the stuff that you're aware of is other people's, you can function from new energies that are more accurate for you. You can start to explore new questions, new spaces, new perspectives that might be really uncomfortable, but you're gonna get a lot of awareness, and you're gonna get a lot of like new energies that you can then start to function from. And a lot of what we've talked about in this series around like being willing to make people uncomfortable and being different and all that stuff is like you like once you're like strengthening the muscle of that, then your exploration of all these new energies around like these spaces you want to step into of like greater creation, greater money, different reality with your body, like you have to explore new energies, more spacious energies, energies that are more real and true for you free from the belief that all the other stuff is yours, and free from those points of view. And that's part of the energetics of creation. That's one of the ways that creation works very dynamically when we go from an energetic point of view, is to explore new uncomfortable energies that are actually more us, but we just don't think they are, and let the fallout happen. If it does, so be it. And have the freedom to really move into new areas, new ways of being, new energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, possibility, power, and potency. And so as we do that, we just open doors to all of these new energies, because we're not functioning from the presumptive reality that everything that we have going on in our lives, all of our points of view, we're not functioning from the presumption that those things are ours. So I guess, today is sort of we could sort of summarize it and say, this is the exploration of now what, as the awareness that nothing is yours becomes more substantial in your world, what's the creative possibility from here? And it is where you have to start flinging open doors that you've never considered opening before. You didn't even know they were there, by asking new questions, making different choices, exploring different energies, have it be an adventure. Let it be an adventure, because it is an adventure. The discovery of more, we have no idea what's on the other side of those doors. We have no idea, but you do know there's more. That's true. If you're a humanoid, if you're here, there's more. And so what if you could give yourself the gift of that? Who cares about the other people in your life and what they think? Let it go. Let them go. Let them be whatever they're going to be. And also let them contribute to you, because they will, way more than you think so, when you start to have the freedom of you. And go on the adventure of new realities, new possibilities, new ways of being, new ways of creating. And have fun with it. Really have fun with it. So I hope this has been a contribution to you. We've kind of been all over the map. That's very Heather style. This is how I like to roll. I have so many amazing classes coming up in all things. We have some X-Men classes coming up. X-Men and personalities. I have a 2-day X-Men class. Starting this week, we have a How to Become Money Workbook energy flow series. So really playing with the energies of that book. That's a 14-day thing that we're doing. I've got a body show me class coming up. It hasn't been published yet, but I don't know, sometime at the end of October or something like that. And yeah, all kinds of fun things. So if you would like more, you know where to find me. We'll send stuff to you in the email, and end of the series email. People can still jump in. We're almost to 1,000 people. We have 970. So let's have 1,000 at least. You can keep jumping in and playing, keep using the chat, keep asking questions. And if you'd like to stay connected more, I do have a main Telegram chat, and I would recommend you popping over there. It's heathernichols.com/Telegram. We will also post that. That's where we post the podcasts and videos and stuff like that. I'm always if you have questions, just pop them in that chat, in that group chat. And I love playing with people and engaging with you. So what can we create from here, knowing that nothing is ours? I wonder. I dare you to have the freedom of that and to explore it every day from here forward. Thank you all so much. Thanks, translators and team. This has been awesome. I'm grateful for you all. Bye.